What's good? What's good? My bad, y'all. I had to get that mic right real quick. What's going on, man? It's your boy, Mr. OKL, coming back at y'all ass again. The whole stage part four. The whole stage part four. Oh yeah, we ain't playing, man. We breaking down these little 304s. We breaking down their nature, and we doing it on a motherfucking weekly basis. All right. Y'all know what I say every time I come in. Hit that like button, hit that subscription button, hit that notification bell, and stay tuned. Now let's get right on into this video, man. It's called the Hoe Phase Part Four. All right, and the name is self-explanatory. I don't have to go too deep into what that means, guys. We're breaking down the modern woman and how she thinks. All right, they actually think a whole stage is something you to be looked up to or something that's not frowned upon. They actually look at the whole stage like it's a stage that's conducive. The whole stage is equivalent to a black man saying, I'm going to go through a thug stage. I'm going to go through a gangster stage. There's nothing conducive about robbing, selling drugs to your people. There's nothing conducive about committing crimes. But we embrace it. So the whole stage would be equivalent to me when it comes to black men saying they thugs and they from the streets and they embrace this lifestyle, but let them grow up and have a child. They children don't be nothing like them. If you think I'm lying, look at all the gangsters, look at all the rappers, look at their kids. Look at 50 Cent son. Look at future children. Look at little baby children. Look at all these rappers and their kids. They kids don't be thugged out unless they train them to be that way. And even when they do, they don't be half the thug that these men were. So basically, guys, what I'm saying is the whole stage ain't something you should be teaching, ain't something you should be embracing, just as well as the thug stage shouldn't be embraced. The horror maker stage shouldn't be embraced. But without further ado, guys, let's review this video together. This video is called Story Time: How I Became a Hoe. All right. So this woman, this modern black woman, is about to teach y'all and about to explain to you guys how she became a hoe. Let's see if we get something conducive out of this message.
All right, story time. How I became a hoe. So when I was like 12, I had made the decision.
What the hell was that? Hold on, let me. What she tried to do a little dance before she started?
All right, story
Tell her she
time.
one of them
How I
lame ones.
became a hoe. So when I was like 12, I had made the decision to save myself for marriage. Not so much because I really wanted to, or
When you were 12, you made a decision to save yourself for marriage. At 12, you can't even make a decision on whether or not you can go outside. What the fuck do you mean save yourself for marriage? Now the thing is this, at 12, you should have values and all that nature. And I wouldn't be. I'm not mad that you know about marriage, but you don't make that decision at 12, young lady. Your parents make that decision. It's how you raised. You didn't make that decision. It was because how you were raised. But look how she connotated it.
and to save myself for marriage. Not so much because I really wanted to, or like I really even knew what it meant. Just because a lot of people were in my ear telling me
So
that's what
so
I should do, or
and
that's
proving my point. She said not so much because she wanted to. She never really knew what it meant, which means she didn't make that decision. It was just something that she grew up with. Let's let her talk, man. I know I like to cut it off quick in the beginning, but these 304s, they say dumb shit in the first 5 seconds that they open their damn mouth.
I really wanted to, or like I not. All right, story time. How I became a hoe. So when I was like 12, I had made the decision to save myself for marriage. Not so much because I really wanted to, or like I really even knew what it meant. Just because a lot of people were in my ear telling me that's what I should do, or that's what girls are supposed to do. You have this whole stereotype where guys can have fun and do what they want, but
Now, before you go to the guys can have fun and go what you want, let's go back to what you just said. You said a lot of people were in your ear, and these people were telling you that you should save yourself for marriage. Why is it that women think it's bad to get a good message? They grow up and they tell the world, oh, the reason why I had my fun, the reason why I'm promiscuous is because, there's this quote unquote stereotype that girls should have to do this and girls should save themselves for marriage. Why do they make it seem like that wasn't something good? People tell you that so you don't be this person that you're looking at on the screen right now. People are telling you these things, young lady, because they don't want you to be this 304 that you are right now on YouTube trying to defend yourself for being the derogatory woman that you are. Okay?
Like I really even knew what it meant, just because a lot of people were in my ear telling me that's what I should do or that's what girls are supposed to do. You have this whole stereotype where guys can have fun and do what they want, but girls are supposed to stay pure and untouched.
Do we ever miss? Do these 304s ever miss? They always gotta bring a man into their shit. Every time a 304 breaks down why she a 304, she say a lot of stupid shit. And one of the dumb shit she say is men could do this, so why we can't do it too? There's a stereotype where men can go around and have sex, but women should stay pure. I'm gonna keep it real, man. Let me kill the stereotype right now. Ain't nobody teaching men that they can go around and have sex. There's people teaching men that they should do it, but no one's telling them that they can go have sex and do what they want. People are telling men this because men have a different nature. I tell men not to become whore makers. I tell men to preserve themselves, but also get experience, which is to say that have your fun, which is sex, with the woman that you deal with, and biologically just make sure you are ready for what comes with that. But men can stick their rod in multiple women. Now, if we want to speak on a biological standpoint, a woman gets pregnant, she has to wait 9 months until she allows another man in her world, you know, morally. Whereas a man can impregnate multiple women. And let's take it a step further. A woman gets pregnant, she has to wait 9 more months to get pregnant. A man can impregnate 9 women in 9 days. There's a difference between us having sex and you having sex. Okay, ladies? See, when you planting seeds, you need the correct soil. You need a preserved soil. You need a preserved environment so that that environment can grow the seed as well. But it don't matter how many seeds you plant in that environment. You just got to make sure you space it out right. Men are represented as the seed providers. So we are able to plant our seed in your soil or in multiple different plots of soil to grow multiple trees and bear fruit. This is what men are built to do. So, ladies, stop comparing yourself to men and stop making it seem like you have a whole stage because men are able to do it. So, you should be able to do it too. How about saying men shouldn't do it? So, I'm not going to do what they shouldn't do. That's why I say they compete against us all day, guys.
I had made the decision to save myself for marriage, not so much because I really wanted to or like I really even knew what it meant, just because a lot of people were in my ear telling me that's what I should do or that's what girls are supposed to do. You have this whole stereotype where guys can have fun and do what they want, but girls are supposed to stay pure and untouched. Later on in my life became very damaging to my self-image because early on I was taught that my value as a person was in my vagina.
It's not your value as a person, it's your value as a woman. Don't get it twisted, lady. See, she's trying to make it parallel with male nature. It's not your value as a person to preserve yourself. It's your value as a woman to preserve yourself. It's a man's value to make himself great for the world, for the woman that he deals with. And I want to go back to a point where she says, "Oh, it was detrimental to her image that she couldn't. She was told that she had to preserve herself, but men get to go around and have fun, right? Well, the thing is this: a man can't have fun unless a woman allows him to have fun with her. And on top of that, these women are so hypergamous. These women expect so much out of a man that that man ain't gonna have sex unless that woman expects something out of him. So if you ladies stop letting men inside of your world so easily and stop exploring yourselves and preserving yourself a little bit more, then you're not gonna see a lot of these whore making men. You're not going to look. And then on top of that, a minority of men are the ones who get to have fun and go have sex with as many women as they want to. It's not a majority. Let's get that out there. Let's just go ahead and put the fork in the road right now. Shout out to my guys in the building. We got XL Pro, the VIP of the Dean's office. Shout out to you. We got it. Killer Kawabo, my motherfucking brother in the building. He say, damn, real good point. Of course, you know what time it is. He also says, these modern women just want to be rebellious. That's all they want to do. Aviated Views, my brother from another mother says, I was watching Takeoff's funeral and crying, man. I saw you was live, so I had to pull up. Yeah, man. I'm gonna keep it real with you, Aviated. I understand, what's going on when it comes to these black men and these rappers getting killed. But one thing I can't do is really like Young Boy said, I can't really show fake love. I'm not saying you are, but I can't do it. Like when these rappers die, it's sad, it's disheartening, but I'm not gonna sit there and my life is not gonna slow down. You understand what I'm saying? Rest in peace to these guys. And it is what it is, man. I got a family. I got my own thing stuff. So like my homeboy got killed a year and a half ago, for no reason. Wrong place, wrong time. Somebody stood over him and shot him in the face 3, 4 times. Wrong, wasn't even the intended target. Nobody was mourning him, but they were mourning young Dolph's death. They was mourning young Dolph death. I don't really. Anyways, let's get back to this whole stage. All right, let's get back into the motherfucking video.
Guys can have fun and do what they want, but girls are supposed to stay pure and untouched. Later on in my life became very damaging to my self image because early on I was taught that my value as a person was in my vagina and as to whether or not having sex. That became very harmful to my self image because, you know, early on I wasn't taught that I had any more value than that. But I'm not going to get into all that. It's a quick story of how.
Of course, she ain't gonna get into all that because it sounded stupid. She said her preserving her value and being told that her value lies within her preserving herself was damaging to her. She just had to go get some D. Ladies, I'm not mad at y'all for that. But stop blaming people for calling you what you is. You're a harlot. You're a 304. You're fast. You're promiscuous. We got names for women like you. We got names for little girls like you who think about goddamn sex and all that crap. You heard me?
How I became a quote unquote hoe. So, quick
No, it's not.
story
It's not a
of
quote
how I
unquote
became
hoe.
a.
It ain't no quote on. It ain't no parentheses. All right. It ain't no quote unquote parentheses. See, they hate. She called it story time, and she parenthesized by saying how I became a hoe, but she's too shameful for to stand in that to stand in her shit. You a hoe, and you become a hoe when you do these promiscuous things. Let's listen to it. 52 seconds in, and she already sounds like a stupid dummy.
You know, early on, I wasn't taught that I had any more value than that. But I'm not going to get into all that. It's a quick story of how I became a quote unquote hoe. So, freshman year of high school, so I'm like 14. It was like not like the first week of school, maybe like the second. It was early
Take
in the
notes,
school year
guys.
because
14 years
my
old.
birthday's in November and I was still 14. Um, so I think it was like still September, and like a lot of people didn't know me, like other than people I had class with. A lot of people like I wasn't really like I was more of a loner. Like I would
Listen, tell us how you became a hoe. We don't give a fuck about if you was a loner. We don't care. Like who knew you, who didn't know you. How did you become a hoe? Don't try to paint yourself as this sweet little girl, man. How did you become a hoe? Let's go.
Keep to myself. Like I had social anxiety. Like I was nice, but I didn't really like socialize with everybody like that. So a lot of people like didn't know who I was. And so I was just kind of like invisible, like a nobody. And I remember I walked from, like, I didn't catch a bus, I walked. So one day it was like after school, and I was like getting ready to walk home, and like this group of boys was like, oh, she cute, and one boy tried to talk to me, and like all his friends was hyping him up in the background, and like I really wasn't interested. Like I don't even remember his name, but like he wasn't cute. Like he wasn't ugly, but he was, I don't know. He was ugly to me, but I wouldn't look at him and be like, "Oh, he's so ugly." It was just like, yeah, he not cute to me.
Okay, so all right, he wasn't ugly, he wasn't cute, hyping him up, this and that, whatever. Blah, blah, blah. We're gonna get into how she became a hoe. Let me read some of the comments. Aviator says, pertaining to the back, he said, God damn, man, I lost a brother of mine. He got stabbed. That's why it hurts sometimes, man. People are just dying in a bad way, not in old age, that's the natural way. But anyways, let's get into the subject. I'm sorry to hear that, Aviator views. You know, we all go through shit, man. We all go through shit, dog. He also says girls who can't manage their weight, well, especially constant acne due to hormonal change due to these contraceptives, are usually not very hygienic, hence the nastiest. So they're most likely whole material. I'm a vouch for you on that, Aviator. That was a good point. Quabo also says, notice that when modern women will make videos like these to justify their actions when it's shameful, they always do it, Mr. Killer Quabo. They always try to paint them. They name it whole stage, try to explain it. She tried to put quote unquote outside of the whole state while she's explaining it. You feel me? Trying to render it as a story that she's not really telling concretely. She's trying to butter it up, put ice cream on shit. You know what I'm saying? She's trying to decorate shit. No, we want to smell the shit and we want to see the shit for what it is so that when we can walk away from it. We don't want to be around shit.
He wasn't ugly, but he was, I don't know. He was ugly to me, but I wouldn't look at him and be like, "Oh, he's so ugly." It was just like, yeah, he not cute to me, and he was short, and like I like tall guys. Like
And he was see before now, notice how she just starts shaming him off gate. He was short. First of all, she said nobody really knew her as she was socially awkward. Nobody really talked to her. That means you was already a lame. But this lame has to point out how this dude was. He's not ugly, but to me he was ugly, and he was short. And I like tall guys and this and that. At 14, guys, at 14 they have these standards. At 14, 13, 12, they have these standards where they want the taller guys, and they are already hypergamous at a young age. I need y'all to understand these things. I don't want y'all to go searching for 14, 15, 16-year-old girls. I'm not promoting that. But she's letting you know when she was that age that this is how she thought. Women think hypergamous at a young age. Women become 304s at a young age. We can't do that. We don't get a chance to do that, guys, for the most part.
I don't even remember his name, but like he wasn't cute. Like he wasn't ugly, but he was, I don't know. He was ugly to me, but I wouldn't look at him and be like, "Oh, he's so ugly." It was just like, yeah, he not cute to me, and he was short, and like I like tall guys. Like like I'm attracted to taller guys, and he was taller than me, but
What's new about
he was
that?
still short. Like I'm only 5'3".
Did you hear
So
that?
anyway, so
He was taller than me, but he was still short. This is how they think. Yeah, he's taller than me, but he's still short. Yeah, he makes more money than me, but he doesn't make enough. Yeah, he had a big penis, but it wasn't big enough. Like they're hypergamous to the max. They just want bigger and better.
like I'm attracted to taller guys, and he he was taller than me, but he was still short. Like I'm only 5'3". So anyway, so
This bitch is 5'3" talking about somebody who's short that's taller than her. And guys, y'all know what 5'3" is. That's fun size. This bitch is under my damn beard. Not even my chin. She's under my beard. Her forehead touching my beard, man. Come on, man. And she got the nerve to call somebody freaking short. Baby daddy be tall and stepdaddy short. Exactly. Exactly. They gonna settle for it. They gonna do that XL Pro.
like I'm carrying my books, I got my book bag, and I'm like, I'm about to walk home. And he was just like, oh, can I walk you home? Can I walk you home? Like, can I talk to you? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, nah, I'm good. I got it. Like, I know my way. Like, and he was like, no, let me walk you home. Let me walk you home. Like, I'm just trying to be nice. I'm trying to be a gentleman. And I'm just like, no, I'm okay. I'm okay. And he like, no, like, you can trust me. I'm a Christian. I hate when people use that. They be like, oh, I'm a Christian. I'm a Christian. Meanwhile, they doing all types of dirt. Like, there's nothing wrong. Like I think every religion is valid and everything, but like don't put it out there meanwhile you grimy and you a snake, but you be the first one to be like, oh, I'm a Christian, you can trust me. Like
Why she calling my boy Snake already, man? Why she calling my boy Snake and he grimy? She don't even know him. Oh, did he smash? Guys, look, I ain't watched this whole video. I like to watch it live with y'all. Maybe she calling him that because he done smashed him. Let's hear her story real quick. Let's hear this 304 story real quick.
whatever. So he was just like, yeah, I'm a Christian, like I'm old fashioned, like let me carry your books, blah blah. And he was like, I'm a gentleman, all this stuff, like saying all this stuff. And he was like, come on, like let me walk you home, let me carry your books and whatnot. And he was just like really like he kept going, and I just gave in. I was like, all right, sure, like whatever, because he was getting on my nerves. So we're walking and his friends were like walking behind us. So I was just like, all right. He was like, oh no, like don't worry about them. And I'm like, it's like red flags going off. I'm like, I'm worried because why is like I'm like this little girl, like I'm
Understandable.
short,
Understandable.
like like, and I'm just trying to walk home. I'm minding my own business. Like I'm just trying to walk home. And like his friends being back there, like really, really, it just made me feel uncomfortable. Like I didn't feel safe. Anyway, and then I was just like, yeah, I don't like that. Like, and then he was like, all right, I'll tell him to go away. So he was just like, y'all like chill, like, like go somewhere, do something, whatever. And so
XL Pro, you read my damn mind. I was looking dead at it as soon as you made that comment, bro. The bull nose ring. I don't like that crap. I don't, man. I don't like it when you see the ball earrings or the nose ring like how she got the little bull nose rings. 304 nature, 304 accolades. Okay, 304 props. I was just thinking that, bro.
like they fought back a little bit, but they was still back there. So anyway, so we're walking, like it's almost to my house, but like I kind of wanted to like take a detour, like go around a block or something, be like, oh, like this is good enough, like I live right over there, and then like point to the wrong house or something, because like I really didn't trust the situation at this point. So anyway, like he was just really persistent and really like just so, I don't know, like he just kept trying, and I'm like, I wish I was the type of girl that could just be like, "Ew, no, get out my face, like I don't like you, like get out." But like I'm like a really like I'm always afraid to like reject people, because in my experience, whenever I say no or like try, like I wish I could be more assertive, because whenever I say no, like I always get like lashed out, like like, oh, you ugly anyway, blah blah blah, like just going off, like, oh, FUB, like blah blah blah, like, and like I just like that violent reaction just really does something to me. So I try to avoid conflict, and I try to be like cordial, and I was like making excuses, like,
Hell
oh, it's
yeah.
okay, like I got it, and I'm like
Whatever.
being really nice, not because I liked him, but because like I just didn't want him to react violently to me just straight out
Cut
and out
it. Cut it out, man. Cut it out.
rejecting him. And his friends was right there. I didn't know what was going on. So I'm like, I'm trying to be nice about it. and being like, "Oh no, I'm okay. Like it's cool. Like thank you for walking me home. Like that's enough." But he's like, "Oh, let me walk you to your door." And I was like, your friends can't come." Like at this point, I'm putting my foot down about the friends. I'm like, they can't come. Like I really don't feel safe. Like yeah, like tell your friends to go somewhere. So he was like, "Y'all just wait here, wait here. I'm gonna walk her back to her house." And like I really just was like, I should have just been like, "No, I really got this." But like, so we split off. His friends like go wherever, and he was
So do y'all believe her that she was all on some no, no, I don't want it? Man, they was conversating, and this dude got her in the bag, and she basically invited the dude to her cribs type shit. That's the translation of that woman, these guys. Real talk. She's not fooling me. They always try to play this victim type of role when they explaining 304 stories. Dude walked you, friends peeled off or whatever. Dude he was persistent. He had game. And that's what I'm telling y'all guys, man. Persistence beats a lot of shit sometimes. Had game and was able to walk little mama to the house, and he was able to get her to let him walk to her to the door. If she ain't like him, she wouldn't have let him do that. Let's listen to what this 304 got to say again.
booked me. I should have just been like, "No, I really got this." But like, so we split off. His friends like go wherever, and he walked me the rest of the way to my house, which is like another block. Um, so we get to my house, and like then he keeps talking. I'm just trying to go in, and then like he like tried to lean in, and like he kissed me. And honestly, like it was like the worst kiss like ever. Like it was like he was a really bad kisser, and I didn't even think he was cute. Like other girls at the school thought he was cute, like, but to me he just wasn't. And he kissed me, and it was like he was too rough.
Cap.
Like I'm like, what are you doing? Like, and I just wasn't feeling it. But I just like smiled and was like, okay, I'm gonna go in. Like, bye. And then he's like, and then he like grabbed my wrist and he's like, oh, can I come in? And I was like, no. Like, what you want to come in for? Like, we're not about to do nothing. Like I told you, like I was saving myself for marriage. Like we're not about to do something. Like
You told him you were saving yourself for marriage. When did you say that in this story, lady? I'm sorry, 304. See how we just called her right there, guys? She didn't mention anything about telling him anything. So they had conversations of sex while like I said, man, while they was walking home, it was a lot going on, man. They was talking about sex. He was talking about coming through a chill, whatever the case may be. The girl clearly just said, "No, I told you I was saving myself for marriage." Somebody you just met. Let's hear this woman again, y'all.
like I'm like, what are you doing? Like, and I just wasn't feeling it, but I just like smiled and was like, okay, I'm gonna go in. Like, bye. And then he's like, and then he like grabbed my wrist and he's like, oh, can I come in? And I was like, no. Like, what you want to come in for? Like, we're not about to do nothing. Like I told you, like I was saving myself for marriage. Like we're not about to do something.
Hmm.
Like I don't know you. Like I just met you today. Like I shouldn't even let you walk me home. Like no, you're not coming in. He's like, oh, we can just chill. And I was like trying to make excuses. Like, oh, my dad's home. Like you know, he don't play that. Like, and I'm like, I don't know if my dad was home or not, but like he might have been home. And like either way, I don't like you're not coming in. Like I'm not stupid. Like no. And I was like, I really want to get started on my homework, and I did because like you know, because I like to get my homework out the way real quick so I can just like chill. And I was like, I really want to get started on my homework, and he was like, oh, homework, like you do that in homeroom the next day. Like nobody do homework at home. I'm like, well, I do. Like so, please go away. But he kept trying, and he was like, no, for real, like we can chill like in your basement or whatever. Like we'll be quiet. Like no, I was like, quiet for what? Like we're not doing anything. Like you're not coming in. And he was like, I can help you with your homework. Like we can study. Like if your dad come down, like you're like, oh, we just studying, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, no, like for real, like fine. He's like, all right, whatever, man. Like you a tease, blah, blah, blah. Like you you how am I a tease? Like, I didn't come run to you. You the one trying to talk to me this whole time. Like, I didn't even want you to walk me home. Like, I don't even think you're cute. How am I a tease? Anyway, so he like, oh, you a tease, like whatever, like man, forget this man. So then he go back with his little friends. Like, I just shrug it off and I just go inside. I do my homework, whatever. Like it was normal. And like my dad was there. Like he's like, oh, how was school, whatever. I'm like, whatever. So like I don't know if it was the next day or
Your dad was there and you didn't know? Like what the this 304 line, man.
the day after, or because this might have been like I can't remember. This was a while ago, but I just know like I went back to school and then like people all of a sudden like they was like whispering. Like I was walking down the hallway, they was looking at me like, oh, like, psst. And I'm like, what's going on? So like I go to my friend, she's like, oh, is it true? I'm like, what are you talking about? It was like, oh, blah blah blah, because I forgot his name. But it was like he said that he walked you home and y'all went and did this that, like saying like like I sucked them off, or you know just saying all this stuff that like I didn't do because he didn't even go in my house. And I'm like trying to sell, but I'm trying to tell everybody like, no, it's not true. It's not true. I didn't do all those things. And first it started out like I just heard it was like him, and then his boys like, well, his friends like, yeah, but we seen y'all walk to your house, and that's where like, oh, that's the mistake because they seen him walk me home, but they don't know whether or not he went in. Like nobody was there but me and him, so it's my word against his. And they're like, oh, we seen y'all like he walked you home, like y'all went off by yourselves. And I'm like, all right, whatever, like. But the crazy
She looked
thing
like
is,
she
like,
lying, bro.
first it started out him
She
just
started
saying that
itching and
we did
scratching
or
and shit.
whatever. The next thing I know, like, him and his little friends grew this lie. Like, this rumor just went out of control. And it went from it was just him, like, we went in my basement and did whatever, to it was him and his friends. Because, like, everybody saw us leave, and I was walking, and him and his friends was walking behind me. So everybody seen that. So then they just assume, like, it's true, like that, like they ran a train on me and all this stuff. And I started hearing all this crazy stuff about me. And like I would like overhear people like talking about me, and they don't even know I'm me. Like they would be like sitting there spreading the rumor to each other at the next table, not even knowing what I look like, just heard my name. And so that's basically like I tried to fight it for a while. Then I was like, I realized really fast in high school that people just gonna believe whatever they want. Cause like then from there on, like other guys started saying they did stuff with me, and like none of it was even true. And like people that knew me, like I really started to appreciate like true friends, like because people that knew me knew like that I didn't do it. And like they was like that don't even sound right, like she don't even like him, like he ugly to her, like she don't like him. Like they knew I didn't do it. So like I learned really early like not to care what people have to say about
I
me.
don't know, man. I
I
don't
learned
believe her,
really
man.
early like
I don't believe her. She looked too nervous and she can't look the camera in the face. Every time she say she didn't do it, she did something with somebody, and then she did a couple things with a couple other people.
I know who I am, I know what I do, I know what I care about.
Let me read some of these comments. Quabo says, also, it's another reason why men should leave these women uh, alone because they always act like the victim when dude was just assertive. Simply it. Aviator says she needs to take a bath. She scratching too much. Facts, man. She itching and scratching like she nervous like a motherfucker.
about and what everybody else thinks of me, like whether they see it or they believe a lie, like don't
All
matter.
right, man. We done with this one. I'm gonna give y'all another one real quick, man. This is a grown professional hoe. All right, professional hoe. The famous hoe rules. That's what she says. Let's get right on into it.
So today I'm definitely going to bring to you guys the crowd favorite, which is the whole rules in video form. So today we're going to talk about some general rules and give you a crash course into dating, sugaring, and all that good stuff. Honestly, these rules I feel like they apply to everything because I applied them when I was dating and it just worked for me in all ways. I just flipped them and applied them in whatever ways that applied to the situation I was in, whether it was with some guy who was just paying my bills or some guy I was dating.
She said it right out of her mouth. Wig wearing diva, makeup all over the face. Look like she's well over 35. We seen the claws on her hand already. She could barely hold her goddamn phone. Look like she got a gothic necklace on, whatever that shit is, man. Cheetah background. You feel me? She's very exotic. We could tell you that. Come on, man. Let's break her down real quick.
So I'm gonna start with number one. And I'm gonna just do the first five in this video. I think it's like 12. So I'm gonna do like the first five. So number one is men who show and blow cash in front of you are usually the stingiest and got a bunch of bills. They are the worst with money because who the fuck is walking around with a bunch of money in their pocket like they're not going to get robbed unless they're the one robbing people. Okay, so that's just how I feel about that.
What the fuck does robbery got to do with anything, that man? Like honestly, why did she mention robbing? Who's gonna walk around? So men with a whole bunch of money are stingy. Who the fuck is running around with money in their pockets unless they want to get robbed? What in the fuck does that have to do with you, lady? With your hypergamous self? These ladies think a man's money is their money automatically before they even get with a guy. They think in their mind that money is mine. How can I get it? Fuck out of here, man.
Who the fuck is walking around with a bunch of money in their pocket like they're not going to get robbed unless they're the one robbing people. Okay, so that's just how I feel about that. People who are actually successful and got shit that they need, like investments and shit that they need to have protected, they are not walking around with a bunch of money in their pockets. It's just not happening. So those men that's throwing out like $60 for I mean 60 $600 for like a $100,
No, you right. That's how much the pussy costs today. $40 to $60. You called it right on out, dummy.
it's just not happening.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Let me put that back on. Hold on. My bad, y'all. My bad. Let me put that back on. Back in there. Get your ass back over here.
And shit that they need to have protected, they are not walking around with a bunch of money in their pockets. It's just not happening. So those men that's throwing out like $60 for I mean 60 $600 for like a $100 bill, they ain't got nothing. That's their little check, and they made sure they went to check cash in place, stood in line and paid $7 to cash it so they could show off on a date. So that's just what that is. So rule number two
What a bum, man.
is any
What
man
a
who feels like they
user.
deserve the best thing you should invest in you. That's period point blank. If he wants to see you on a date, he needs to pay to invest in that time. If he wants to see you out in the nicest shoes and handbags and everything, he needs to invest in that for you or not speak to you about it. And that actually goes for anybody. If people don't like your hair, if people don't like your makeup, if people don't like your shoes, tell them buy it for you.
What the fuck kind of logic is that, man? What in the hell kind of hypergamous, dumb logic is that? If he want to see the best in you, he gonna invest in you. But the way he invests in you is how he wants to view you. We don't want to see the wig. We don't want to see you in all the purses. We want you to submit. We want you to be in the house. We want you to be grounded. But you can't do that. Ain't nobody gonna wife this up. I promise ain't nobody gonna wife it up.
Buy it for me then. Okay? So if he wants to make your life easier, or if he wants to make his own life easier and want to make himself look good, and he feel like you need these things to make him look good, then he needs to invest in it.
Get the fuck
Period
out of
point
here,
blank.
man.
Otherwise, he needs to not be
Get your
speaking on
get
how
your
you
ass
dress.
out of here. This man ain't gonna. His life don't get better because he's spending money on you. He don't. Get the fuck out of here, ladies. Men that and these niggas that spending money on you, making you look pretty for the world and shit like that, they hurting inside, lady. They are hurting inside. Do not let this lady fool you. That's a fucking fallacy.
If he wants to make his own life easier and want to make himself look good, and he feel like you need these things to make him look good, then he needs to invest in it. Period point blank. Otherwise, he needs to not be speaking on how you dress or anything like that. So
Wow.
also, if he can't add to your glow or add to your shine or anything while you guys are dating, it's useless. You don't keep friends who you do nothing with, who don't add anything to your life. You don't keep those friends. Why would you keep a random man? So yeah, we're moving on to number three.
Hold on. What's this video called? The famous hoe rules. If he don't add to your glow, what the hell does that mean, man?
Never let a man negotiate you out of your needs. Okay, don't do it. Don't do it. So many women get caught up with this because of time, because dedication, and he's cute and I like him and we've been together so long and I see potential. Don't do it. Because if you find yourself lowering your standards for somebody that you are seeing on a regular basis, that is already a super red flag. You should not be lowering your standards for somebody you're dedicating yourself to. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Don't do it. Do not let somebody in their bad actions, their carelessness, make you lower your standards. Do not do it. Even Michelle Obama just did an interview where she said, don't lower your standards.
Michelle Obama. You gonna compare yourself to a I ain't gonna lie, I don't even want to talk about Michelle Obama because I'm arguing that that could be a transformer. But you want to compare yourself to Michelle Obama as a famous hoe. Wow.
First lady said it. Do not do it.
Wow.
You want to play yourself? As soon as you feel yourself like being like start being real passive about some stuff that actually you do not like and you will want more or more of, then you've already started to lose before it even happened. So yeah, don't do that. Number 4 is anybody who's throwing numbers at you too early is really just trying to impress you, and you shouldn't believe anything that they're saying until they actually put some stuff through. Because honestly, anybody can throw numbers at you. Yeah, yeah, I could take care of your bills. I don't know how much you need a month. You need $2,000, $3,000. Like,
All she describing is simps. That's all she doing is describing fucking simps. We're not trying to pay your bills and shit like that. Nobody like at least the men on my side over here. We don't want to pay y'all bills and pay for y'all nails and pay for y'all goddamn. We don't want to do all that shit. So automatically, she's already talking and speaking on men who are weak, men who are docile, men who are pandering, and she surrounds herself with only men who pander to her to herself. And she's teaching women how to settle, talking about don't raise this, don't lower your standards. You're gonna have to settle dealing with a woman like this, or a woman's gonna have to settle being like this. She's gonna have to settle.
believe anything that they're saying. They actually put some stuff through. Because honestly, anybody can throw numbers at you. Yeah, yeah, I could take care of your bills. I don't, how much you need a month? You need $2,000, $3,000. Like, Anybody who's throwing numbers at you like that before they even got a chance to get to know you, they're probably a scammer. Okay, guys asking for your bank account numbers, guys just too upfront with the numbers. It's a scam because they'll guys
Who
that
the
are
fuck?
serious.
Who the hell be doing that? Asking for a bitch bank account number. What kind of guys is she dealing with?
Real simple. I work for such and such business. I'm looking for this, and this is what I can do for you, but I'll give you some time to think about it. They're not going to sit there and throw a bunch of numbers at you, a random person on the street. Like, that's like scammer shit. Like, why? Who are you, and why are
The
you over
fuck is
here
this hoe
like
talking about,
throwing
man?
all these numbers at me? Hey, you gonna give me $500 or whatever, you gonna pay my car note? You don't even know me. That's a scammer. So that's a scammer. And finally, number 5 for this video is when men approach you, let them sell themselves to you. Okay, do not get in the way of them selling themselves to you by trying to be extra charming or charismatic. Because remember, at the end of the day, this is a random guy on the street who is approaching you, or a random guy on the internet who is approaching you. He needs to be proving himself, especially in this climate where we are meeting men and it's not the safest. He needs to be proving himself for why you should be answering. Because honestly, it's not a loss for you to not answer. It's not a loss for you because he's still a random ass dude, you know?
That's the worst advice that you could ever give women. It's not a loss for you. Well, and then later, yeah, what y'all say? Where the good man at? It ain't a loss for you, right? Turn down every man because men are just exchangeable. You can just have any man you want at any moment, any time you want, ain't it, lady? That's why she claims it's not a loss. Men have to prove themselves to you. You correct. And a minority of men are able to prove themselves to you due to a lot of hypergamous mind states. But as soon as that man proves himself to you, what do you prove to him? One of her whole rules was what was it? She said, don't never lower your standards for a man, etc., etc. So when a man proves himself to you, he can take care of you. He got the money. He got, the provisioning. You don't lower your standards. You continue to be yourself. See, part of being a woman is submission, and when you submit, you do lower your standards. So if one of your standards are trying to make money or trying to have your own career, you lower that standard and submit to a man who's going to provide and protect for you. But she's advising people not to do so.
And all these dudes are not going to come out being Kobe's and Michael Jacksons and everything like that, because if that was possible, then Michael Jackson wouldn't die being the only only Michael Jackson.
And he not looking for somebody like you. What the fuck is wrong with these women? They think all of them think they the goddamn pride. He's not looking for somebody like you. The fuck? Aviator says she thinks she's talking with a guy when she get those IG DMs, but they're actually online scammers trying to get her credit. And for these offers are dumb. Hey, I believe that too. Like, what the fuck? She probably had a whole fucking conversation with a scammer, thinking that's a dude and shit. Like, it's a whole fucking Indian dude trying to get your info. Also says, I call these modern women orphans because nobody want them. He also says she looks very fake. Man, this is one of the most delusional breakdowns I ever did, man.
Um, Michael Jordan wouldn't have retired being just Jordan by himself. Okay. Like, they're not, if all these dudes trying to convince you they're part of the talented 10th or whatever the fuck they're trying to convince you of, they're lying. Okay. You're not missing out on any opportunities. You are the opportunity, as a matter of fact. You are the one that they should be trying to impress, and showing that they are worth some entertainment, because you could be.
Never try to impress a female, guys. Don't do it. Don't try to impress them. You remain on your purpose. You become what they want. And what do they want? A competent man who's on his shit, who got shit, who's don't really like put them first. Don't try to impress women. She's giving bad advice. I mean, it's good advice, I guess, because he claims it's famous hoe rules. So she's giving advice to women who want to be hoes, which is a majority of women today.
Be, taking a nap, doing something better with your life. So yeah, you could be some entertainment because you could be, taking a nap, doing something better with your life.
This 304 said you could be taking a nap, and she calls that doing something better with your life instead of meeting someone who could potentially be someone better for your life. Taking a nap with her fat ass, you could tell she's fat as hell. Taking a nap with her B or OB says she thinks that's doing something better with her damn life.
Wouldn't have retired being just Jordan by himself. Okay. Like they're not, it's, all these dudes trying to convince you they're part of the talented 10th or whatever the fuck they're trying to convince you of. They're lying. Okay. You're not missing out on any opportunities. You are the opportunity, as a matter of fact. You are the one that they should be trying to impress and showing that they are worth some entertainment because you could be, taking a nap, doing something better with your life.
Wow.
So yeah, don't ever let these guys ever convince you that you are not the opportunity. They should be going out of their way to impress you for your time. Otherwise,
Nope.
if you don't want to impress somebody for their time, why are you even speaking to them? Simple as that. So yeah,
So you should take your own advice. You see how selfish they are? We got to impress them. They don't have to impress us. It's not a reciprocated energy. It's not vice versa. It's not a matchmaking thing. It's straight up, we got to prove and convince them. That's it. You need to take it. See, there, that's hypocritical. You can't expect the opposite gender to do something you're not willing to do and blame them because they're not doing it when you're, in fact, not doing it as well.
let these guys ever convince you that you are not the opportunity. They should be going out of their way to impress you for your time. Otherwise, if you don't want to impress somebody for their time, why are you even speaking to them? Simple as that. So yeah. Oh my god, my eyes are hurting so bad. Mm. So yeah.
Who gives a fuck?
Anyways, I will be talking to you guys later. Thank you, and I'll have some more horrors soon.
The fuck
Mm.
out of here, man. Get your ass out of here. Ugh. Get the fuck out of here, man. I am tired of these 304s thinking that they can do what they do on a day-to-day basis, which is to try to teach the world this poison called how to be a hoe. Stop teaching people how to be. It's easy for a woman to be a hoe. She don't need lessons. All she got to do is open her legs up. They're putting it. They're making an instruction manual for being a damn 304. Ladies, y'all need to cut that shit the hell out. And I'm here to expose it, which is why this is the whole phase part 4. Part 5, it will be coming soon. Will be coming soon. Will definitely be coming soon. Let me open up the panel real quick in case anybody wants to join it live, give their little thoughts on 304 nature. Because I don't like 304 nature for the most part, as far as how it's being promoted. Have I had sex with 304s? Yes, I have. Do I want to control what a 304 does? No, I do not. But I don't want a world that thinks 304 is regular and normal. And I think we live in that world today. We live in a world where a 304 is normal. Grandmothers and aunties and moms and all types of women and even little girls are online showing off goodies and doing 304 stuff without any consequence whatsoever. And it's supposed to be something that's okay. We got young girls that can watch YouTube, and these ladies get to go on YouTube, post these videos without any regard, in which a young woman or a young lady or a young little girl is watching your video, absorbing a lot of motivation from you. Aviator Views, what's happening, brother?
Yeah, what's happening, bro? Yeah, man. Like these 304, man. Like we can't we can't stop them. OKL, the best the best solution, man, is to restart over. Just like God made the flood and started over. We need to start over with a new, with a new community, with a new civilization, because everything is dead. Women don't believe in marriage. They don't believe in being aligned with God. They don't follow God. They only believe in OnlyFans. There's something that's said in the Bible, that it is said that the man belongs to God and the woman belongs to the man, but they don't
Hmm.
even love God. How can they love us when they don't love our Father?
Right.
You
Good
know,
point.
Exactly.
Good point. What's
Real
up?
good
What's
point.
up? What's going on, man? Operating reality. What's going on with you?
What's going on, y'all? Yeah, man. Whew, woo, that video, those videos, bro. That should be funny as hell with these modern women and how they try to make these videos to try to justify their 304ness. But we all know that we all know they made this video so they don't want to be shamed. Because if you think about it, red pill, they like to shame red pill and all that type of stuff. But the one thing that not even the hardcore red pill does, we don't make videos try to justify what we do. Like if I'm a fuck up, we just say, damn, we fucked up. We take
Right.
accountability. We don't be like, yeah, I made this so I had sex with two different baby moms and I could be a deadbeat father. All right, the reason why I could be a deadbeat father, we don't do that shit.
Right.
So it's like these modern 304, they will do anything and say anything to take that shame off of themselves so they won't be judged in public.
and men operating in reality. You know what's worse is that they're like doing OnlyFans, and they think that a man will wife them, will marry them,
Right.
while they're showing all their
Ridiculous.
family heritage. You know what I'm saying? Because
Mm-hmm.
they're their family heritage. Because like they're showing off their dad's legs, they're showing off the skin of their mom that they inherited from
Mm-hmm.
the genetic of their mom and their father. They're showing it all their family jewel. I call it
Yep.
family jewel to the world to see, and they think that a man is gonna respect them. Even a
Right.
man, you don't.
Exactly.
There's a difference. You don't go to OnlyFans and you see most of the OnlyFans content creators are women, even though that men are thirsty and men do consume content. Men do not prostitute themselves as much as women. Why is it then?
Mm-hmm.
If these women said that, oh, men were promiscuous and we're just trying to copy men and be just like them and sleep with all the men, with all the women, you know what I'm saying, like they usually do, like you
Mm-hmm.
would have seen a lot of men prostituting themselves. Men would have been
Yep.
prostitute, like they think it is, but it's not true. How can men be prostitute when they don't, when they barely sell their body online for money?
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Like yeah, like I
Facts.
remember. Okay, he said earlier, like we barely, only majority of men are able to have fun and mess around with multiple women. Excuse me, that's a minority. Majority of men, we barely get to, what I'm saying, deal with women on a not even on a sexual level. Some men don't even get to deal with women. Period. They don't conversate or nothing. So it's like
Right.
these modern women want to justify why they want to open their legs and why we should marry them and everything like that. But
You
we
know,
even tell them like, yo, we are not we are disgusted by 304s and they don't care. I mean, they still think, oh, if I tell them this, if I put this on video and people watch this, we're gonna be brainwashed to changing our minds. Like, okay, yeah, maybe I will. Even though she did have 500 bodies, maybe I will marry her.
bro, you know why I hate these modern women righteously is because they don't care about themselves. I'm gonna explain why.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine that you're imagine that you're in your young days you are chasing Pookie, Ray Ray, Tyrone, Chad, you know, and you finally tried to settle with a simp, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and you're gonna have you're not a virgin, you're already deflowered, and you're gonna have a child with this simp. Imagine that because you didn't find the man that you wanted, and the child that gets from it, you know what I'm saying? You're not gonna give a f about what he's gonna be, you know, what he's gonna be living because he's gonna be living through the same thing. Why he's gonna be living through the same thing? Why is she selfish? Is because that she's gonna say raise the same man that is going through the same shit that the beta male has been going through, and like she's raising. It's like she's raising someone that she knows she will never be attracted to the type of men that she's raising. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like she's raising a son.
I
She's
get what
raising
he's
a
saying.
son to be a beta male, but she know that woman and her are not attracted to beta males. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So that
women
was
raise the men that they are unattracted to.
yes, and this is the problem.
100%.
Like you're gonna see most men, like most Chads or Tyron, they do have they come from two parent household, but you only see Pookies and Ray Ray who comes like from these deranged, you know what I'm saying? But you know,
Right.
Chad and Tyrons, they usually or they have the looks. All it's all about the looks. The Pookie and the Ray Ray, they have to like act up and do certain things to show off, you know,
Yep.
to get attraction. So what happened is that the Chad and the Tyrons, like I gotta tell you, like I come from a family where we didn't have a problem. Even me, I didn't have a problem getting chicks. I get coochie. Like my uncle is like 6 feet 4, 6 feet 5, almost 6 feet 5. I'm 6 feet 1. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not about tallest, but I'm more attractive than them, and you know they got a little heighter than me and stuff like that. But we used to get girls like they. I can tell they're Chads. You know they're Chads and they're Tyrons. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, but he did it. He did a wife for 304. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
His wife cooks for him. His wife cleans for him. His wife also yeah, yes, he also has a small business. He put his wife in his business, and his wife is like type of like a secretary and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
That's lit.
So like just to show you, man, like and he slept with a lot of girls. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He slept with a lot of girls, but he didn't marry them. He actually married the girl with the strong father figure and the girl that he actually deflowered. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up.
Like these girls think that a man a man of value, a man that has a lot of option will marry them just because of the coochie. The man has various kind of coochie. Coochie's coochie. Coochie's a piece of meat at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Coochie is the gives you the same sensation, even though some coochies or better than other, or you know they are wetter than other, they are like more slushy than other. You gotta understand that nothing, no other coochie beats a tight coochie. A tight coochie is the best. But who has a tight coochie? Tell me what kind of woman has tight coochies?
The virgin woman.
Yes, non-promiscuous women,
The
virgins
virgin,
women.
non-promiscuous.
Yes, they have the tightest coochie. So you don't tell me you're not gonna tell me that I'm gonna marry a chick that has been used 50 to 100 times. I'm not exaggerating because this is how and what level we got to do the social media,
Hmm.
and I'm
Yeah,
gonna
right.
have fun with something that when I put my BBC in, it's barely tightening it up. You know what I'm saying? It's loose as fuck. So what's the use
Yeah,
of it?
and to add on to your point, the scientific evidence that the more bodies that women gather, the less she's able to pair bond. So you're gonna try to marry a woman that's 50, has 50 to 100 bodies. She's not. She's like she doesn't want to be with one person. She still wants to go around. Even if you marry her, even if you're good to her, even if you pay for everything, she's still gonna want to go around and try to deal with other dudes or whatnot. On top of that, she's gonna be expecting a lot from you as well. She's gonna be expecting these 304s. For some reason, they think that because they go around and are promiscuous, that they deserve a man to pay for everything. So they expect you to take you out on dates. They expect you to take her out on trips. They expect you to get her hotel rooms. So they expect, because since you got to smash, or she opens her legs, that these guys are just gonna pay for it. Like it doesn't work like that. Like these modern women, what they don't realize, the reason why men were doing that before is so we can get the coochie. Is so that when we marry them, we know that shit is ours. Like it's not nobody else's. That's why we got married in the first place. It was like to make sure we got consistent. This shit was consistent. Now these modern women, they wanna have sex with you, and then they be like, yo, this guy's boring. I'm tired of this guy. Let me go to somebody else. And then when they go with somebody else, they'll expect that other guy to do the same thing that you did, which was, I pay for the trips, I pay for the bill, I pay the bills, I pay for the dinners. And this guy's like, no, I got the smash. I'm not doing that shit. Get the fuck out of here. Like shit, I've done it. Like the last girl I was with, she was a 304. I got to hit it, and she would always be like, oh, you need to take me out on dates. You need to take me out on the moves. I'm like, for what? I got the smash already. I ain't got to do a damn thing.
It's funny. I did my video the other day. The girl had a date with somebody that was scheduled. She allowed him to come over. He smashed, and he did a rain check on the date, and she never seen him again after that.
Damn.
She never seen him again.
Yeah.
These ladies think that this shit a joke, bro. Like the grass ain't just greener on the other side just because you let somebody smash.
Yeah.
Exactly. These modern women, they ironically, the sexual liberation, whatever, they ironically made it benefit us men, because like I said before, back in the day, men had to get married in order to get coochie. And even if you got coochie beforehand, if you smashed and you got her pregnant, guess what happened? It was a shotgun wedding. Nowadays, a man can smash, get a girl pregnant, and then dip, and you never hear from this guy again. And then these modern women, man, like, oh, I gotta do this by myself. Well, man, you should have thought about it before you decided to open your legs.
Facts only, man.
Yeah, man.
Sexual liberation.
Yeah, like I tell you, there's something with pregnancy. Mothers or single mothers, if you're a man that respect yourself, you should not get with a single mother.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
I say that all the time on my channel. I say that all the time.
Why? The reason is that first, there's a biological reason behind it. It's because the father's baby DNA is inside of her, and we can okay, hell, let me load a link so we can read along with about a article about scientific studies that proven, and we can also load studies that have proven that. I sent the link on the private chat so we can load it and read the article, a short article we can read about it. How is it? Is that they get that the DNA is stored from the baby. The baby that they have also, a baby owes the mother's and the father DNA, right? So when the baby's DNA is stored inside of the woman, the father's DNA is also stored inside of the woman cells. Let's get into it. Let's get into it.
Yeah, like it reminds me of what Mr. Goodbread said in the video. He said even though you don't have the ring or whatever, when she has his man baby, you're technically married. Like you're technically married, even if you don't have the ring and you don't have the paperwork, you're still married because you have a child with the guy. So no matter what you try and do, she's gonna have to deal with that baby father.
Let's read it along. Yes, let's read it along.
Baby cells can manipulate mom's body for decades. An evolutionary approach
Mm.
may help scientists understand why mothers become genetic chimers or chimeras or whatever they should say, and
Chimera,
how that
chimera.
affects chimeras
Yeah,
and how that affects their health. Mothers around the world say they feel like their children are still a part of them long after they've given birth. As it turns out, that's literally true. During pregnancy, cells from the fetus cross the placenta and enters the mother's body, where they can become part of her tissues. This cellular invasion means that mothers carry unique genetic material from their children's bodies, creating what biologists call a micro
chimera.
chimera, named after the legendary beast made of different animals. The phenomenon is widespread among mammals, and scientists have proposed a number of theories for how affects the mother, from better wound healing to higher risk of cancer. Okay, that's
Let's go down.
interesting, though.
Let's go down again. You know,
How long is this?
it's not so long.
It's pretty long. Yeah, this one is
But
pretty
that's a
long.
good point. I never thought of it like that.
I never thought of that.
Like
No,
like
that's
like a chimera, like adding like two multiple things in one body, and that makes a lot of sense actually. That a
that that's
woman that has all that DNA is sort of like a chimera. So that's crazy.
that's where I wanted to get with you. That's where my cheddar is gonna be. How my cheddar is gonna
Mm-hmm.
be. It's a scientific relationship about mother woman, about woman in itself. How they act, how this sexual liberation is counter nature. As you
Mm-hmm.
know, I always go deep into the science behind it, and I like I've always said, this phenomenon of chimera. Let's say a baby mama, a single mother, as children from three different dudes. You know, so
Mm-hmm.
what happens is that when he has this child, the child bears the DNA of the mother in the father. And what happens is that the DNA of the child is stored inside of the mothers from the fetus getting into
Mm-hmm.
the and getting into the cells of the body, and being stored in the mother, you know what I'm saying, for almost like 7 years. When I read the studies, the scientific papers, it was said to be 7 years stored. So imagine if the baby mama actually has children from three different dads. That's like DNA cells stored from three different guys in their body.
Mm-hmm.
So when Goodbread was speaking about these women storing the past men that they've um have children for, he wasn't lying. These
Yep.
women will also show the same behaviors as these men that they slept with. There was a scientific studies that showed that they showed the same behaviors as these and the previous men that they have sex with and they have procreate with have shown, and they've also have shown their other than their behavior, their same taste for food, their same taste for music, and their same emotional experience. So it's kind of like a physical thing that manifests itself into a spiritual thing, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Also,
okay.
sorry for being too geeky to be too nerdy, but I'm kind of a scientist sometimes.
No,
Nah, I feel you. I feel
we're
you.
gonna get
It's good
into
to
it.
get the
So,
scientific. Yeah, it's good to break it down scientifically because you know how these mind women want to use emotions to try and trick us to get with them, and then when we follow their emotions, we're the ones that get fucked up.
And I want to get to another factor. What makes us greater as men? There is a phenomenon that is called, it's like a phenomenon that only happens with men when they have a child with a woman. Sometimes the child bears 100% DNA from the father only, other than the mother. So if a DNA test is made, there's a 90 to 95% chance that the child result turns back as negative for the woman, as not being the mother. And it's strange because this phenomenon is a phenomenon where the child holds almost 95 to 99% of the father's DNA only, not the mother's in any ways.
Yeah, that's the fuck. That's your seed. Anyway,
You know what I'm
that's the
saying?
seed. That's your seed.
Mm-hmm.
So just to show you
Guys,
that these children, there are seed. These women, they're stealing our seed. You know,
well, honey,
they're actually using the government as a way to protect themselves because they know they don't. I'm gotta show you that they don't really like these child unless they've built a vast relationship, deep relationship, in a great environment. Because modern women, when they're in the worst environment, they tend to not build great relationship with their child unless they're in great environment. They build this relationship. They turn to maintain this relationship. Let's say, for example, if the woman had the child at a time where it was easy for her, and he already built a bond with her, when times get hard, she will love this child. But when this child is born into hardship, most of the time, when the woman gets into further hardship, it's hard for the woman to really love the child. That's where you get this, uh, this bonding, this like kind of like termination of bond between mother and child, because since women are emotional, if they woman with woman is all, it's all about the first encounter, all or the first interaction or the first reaction. It's like men. When a woman set the first day that the woman set eyes on you, is and her first judgment about you will be the last judgment that she has about you. There's nothing that can change that. So it's the same for the children. If our judgment of the children were a judgment of non maternity or non love or non affection based on the environment that she is, this this relationship will not further develop. So she will also walk out of it. So this is where the difference is. Women walk out of their child and abandon their child due to emotion, and men abandon their child. Why? Is because their men usually abandon the child due to the mother. Why? It's like it's either two part. It's either the man
hey,
wasn't
hey,
in.
check it out, Aviator. We gotta close out the show, man.
Okay, I'll be fast. It's either the
We gotta
man.
close out the
It's
show
either
because
the man.
I
It's
gotta
either
work
the man
tomorrow, man.
was trapped. It's either the man was trapped, didn't want to have the child, or it's either the man just wanted to get away from the woman. And this is what the difference I'm telling you. That men, us men, we are great. We have our flaws, but we are great, and every people on the planet is our seed. Men are just the carrier of our seed. Mr. OKL, I pass you the torch.
For sure, for sure. Yeah, I gotta close the show out, man. I
Yeah,
gotta
no,
close the
I
show.
gotta give some people some education. You know what I'm saying? Educate some people, and you
Yeah,
know.
I still got a timer on my show though. I still do. So, anyways,
Okay.
just go ahead and y'all close out real quick. Make it nice and short, nice and brief, please.
Yeah, like I always say, I enjoyed the show, man. OKL has a lot of great value, great point, and I will continue to support it. And these modern women, man, you should stay far away from them, man. I tend to lean on the passport bro more and more and more because they
Mm-hmm.
are very very right. These women are not relationship material. So what I would say is strap up. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yes,
And
sir.
stay away from
Exactly.
these low hanging fruit, low life. Thank you, Mr. OKL. Great life
For sure.
today.
For sure. Men operating. What you got to say?
Yes, sir. I definitely agree. Stay far away. Me, I just say go MGTOW. But if you're really, really trying to find a chick, yeah, go. get your passport and travel out the country and find yourself a chick that way. Because these modern women here in the States, yeah, it's a done deal, man. It's worse. Like I be on Twitter, it's worse than you think. It's way worse than you think. So yeah, so if you're not happy being alone, go get a passport. Go get a girl over there, and then make sure you guys check out my YouTube page because I'm more of a MGTOW page. Men operating in reality. Go give me a follow. I really
That's
appreciate
right.
that.
That's right. That's right. Y'all skate onto his page. Do that. Hey man, y'all heard what they said, man. We go ahead and close out. Appreciate y'all for staying up late with us and checking out some more 304 vibes. And that being said, peace. Oh, by the way, guys, tomorrow I will be live with a Hebrew Israelite. We're gonna be
Mm.
doing live. We gonna I'm gonna be interviewing him, etc. That's gonna be after 3 p.m. I told him about 4:35 p.m. Eastern time. Uh, so it's just stay tuned for that. I appreciate Aviator Views, my brother from another. I appreciate Men Operating and
Yeah,
Reality,
you
my
know,
other brother.
man.
I
I'm there for
appreciate
you,
y'all for
man.
that. So shit, man. Hell, of course, already, man. So y'all, peace. Have y'all selves a good night,
All
and
right,
we will be back at
You
y'all
too.
again.
y'all be
So
safe.
You too, man. Love you all, bro.
put it.